Subscribing to The Observer on YouTube couldn't be easier, and we're going to show you exactly how to do that. First, navigate to www.youtube.com/theobservernj. Once you get there, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button. Next to the subscribe button, click the down arrow and then all. And that's it. You're subscribed, and now anytime The Observer is live, you will be notified. Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you live from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 25th day of November in the year 2025. Sure hope you're enjoying your Tuesdays, no matter where it is you are in the country. A little dismal here today in Kearney, 55 degrees, but it's been overcast, as it's been a lot lately. It just seems like it's always overcast around here. But as you do each and every Tuesday, you welcome me into your homes so that I might bring you this week's news. Now, don't forget, with this being a holiday week, things are certainly slowing down to a snail's pace. So this will probably be a briefer broadcast than we normally have, but at this time of year, everything is starting to slow down. We've even noticed that people have not been around as much over the last couple of days, so it seems like people are maybe taking earlier vacations as the Thanksgiving approaches us in 2 days. I want to welcome in Bill Pettigrew, who is watching us today. Bill, good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. And, of course, to anybody who may be in the background watching, we welcome you as well. There's always people who are here but don't go in the chat room, so I know you're here, and I appreciate that very, very much. So, coming up, it's already time for the holiday tree lighting season. And in the town of Kearney, Linda DeIsa puts this together every year. She has, even going back years before she was the coordinator of the UEZ. And on December 4th, there will be some Christmas caroling from all different groups from town. And then Santa will light the tree at around 6:30, and then there's a festival around. There's all sorts of great things that you can do at the the holiday tree lighting this year. So that's coming up on December the 4th, but we have it, of course, in this week's edition of the Observer, so I hope you'll check that out. And if you're so inclined, stop over. It's always a very, very nice evening on that early part of the winter and preparation for the holiday season. But Linda does put in a lot of work to make it a special day. So hopefully we'll see a nice big turnout this year for that. As we move along into the inside of this week's edition of The Observer, I'm going to make a quick stop here. George Zapata is a councilman in the town of Kearney, and he is studying to be a business administrator, from what I understand. And he's been taking these courses. He was recommended by Steve Marks, who you see in that picture at the very end. George was honored with what's called the Sheila Oliver Award by this municipal clerk group down in South Jersey. And this is a very prestigious honor. Only one person in the state of New Jersey who's working to become a business administrator or something of that nature get this award. So congratulations to George for coming up with this award, and we wish him, of course, all the best of luck as he continues on his journey for becoming a certified business administrator for wherever it is that he will choose to work. There's also a story here. This guy was arrested, and he opened up accounts under some poor unsuspecting person's name, and then wound up going and spending $7,000 of that person's money. Fortunately, the Detective Bureau in the Lyndhurst Police Department is very, very proactive when it comes to identity theft, and they were able to find this guy and arrest him, and he has been charged with theft of identity and all sorts of other crimes. You can check that out on page number 3 right here. But good job by the Lyndhurst Police Department. Now, this comes to us from Laura Compton. You've heard me speak of Laura many times. She is an art teacher in the Harrison School District, but she also does public relations work for the Harrison schools. And this was a very intriguing story that she wrote about youngsters from Harrison schools who, in the 8th grade, who wound up going over to the senior center and spending time with senior citizens in the town of Harrison. But it was all inspired by the novel that they read. And the teachers, the eighth grade language arts teachers in Harrison are absolutely exceptional. And so they're always doing like hands-on things. So read all about this on page number 4. And as I can never say this enough, thank you to Laura Compton for contributing to so much of our content over the years. She has done this for a very long time, and I am very, very appreciative and grateful to her for that. The photo that you see here came from the Tunnel to Tower Mobile 9/11 Museum that was nearby last week. This was not something that was open to the public. It was for the school children only. And so you didn't hear as much about it this year as you might have in other years. But this photo here you see is of the Kearney Police Honor Guard with Marty Nystrom, who, of course, is the the resident 9/11 expert who was there, unfortunately, in 2001, and who for so many years has kept the memory of September 11th alive. He works very, very hard to ensure that. And this picture was sent over to us by Sergeant Matt Lopez of the Kearney Police Department. And you'll also see, believe it or not, we're coming up on the 6th anniversary of the death of Detective Joseph Seals from North Arlington and Douglas Rodriguez of the town of Harrison. And every year when the anniversary of that horrible, horrible day comes up, I rerun the column that I wrote right after about the shock that we all felt that day. Do you guys remember that day? We were here right where I am right now and where I'm broadcasting from. And we had gotten some kind of alert that there was a shooting in Jersey City. So we turned on the police scanner through the phone, through the scanner app, and we were listening in to what was going on in Jersey City, and it was one of the most horrifying sounds that I can ever remember. We heard shooting in the background. There were police officers in a school, and the echoes of that were ringing through so clearly on the scanner. And, of course, the first victim was, in fact, Joseph Seals, who was of the Jersey City Police Department and a resident of North Arlington. There's a park named after him now. So while it was such a very tragic day 6 years ago, a lot of good has come from such a horrible, horrible day in the history of Jersey City in this area, too, as well. And a lot of the guys from the Kearney Police Department were there that day. The members of the Hudson County Regional SWAT team were called in because this was such a serious shooting that day. And a lot of our guys were there. And I remember being just kind of like, whoa, we just hope everybody comes home. And unfortunately, there were those two who did not come home that day, Joseph Seals and Douglas Rodriguez, who was from Harrison. May they both rest in peace. Jason Bernstein has 3 sports stories this week. A bowling story from North Arlington. The Kearney General football season was just absolutely tremendous. Unfortunately, they fell short in the final game on Saturday of last week. But an absolutely historic and memorable season, and great job by the boys and girls on the team, and to all the coaches and the rec department, Ralph Getafe, for resurrecting a program that was pretty much like down and out for many, many years. But it is certainly came back with a vengeance, and it was so great to see them get all the way to the championship game. Congrats to everybody involved. So there's those 3 sports stories. And then, of course, there are 2 pages of classified. So if you need a place to live, if you're looking for a rental, anything of that nature, you can find it in the Observer's Classified section on pages 12 and 13. Okay, everybody, we are just a couple of days away from Thanksgiving, and I don't like to get overly sappy, but what I can say today and every day is that I am very, very grateful and thankful for all of you who watch this program on a weekly basis. I'm not sure what's wrong with you for doing that, and I appreciate it very, very much. And for all of your loyalty and your support over the years, not just to this broadcast, but to the newspaper, to Lisa, Bob, Michelle, everybody here. We are so fortunate to have people who are as caring as all of you are out there. Of course, there are some people who are not so nice, but that's okay too. We like that because we want to keep people active and involved. But on behalf of Lisa, Tina, Bob, Michelle, and myself, Kimmy, everybody, we really wish you the best of Thanksgiving. We are all grateful to all of you for all you do for us on a consistent basis, and we cannot thank you enough. From the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, Kevin Canessa signing off for now, and we hope to see you back here again very soon where hopefully nobody will flash you. Bye-bye.